So I want to share a few things with you that I've learned on my sawmill about having less waste. So when I bought this property, if you've got any sizable piece of property and you're going to be doing any building at all with wood, it doesn't take long to figure out that, you know, a chicken pen and a 12 by 12 storage building and your sawmill will pay for itself. You know, lumber's through the roof, everything's through the roof. But I've only got like 3,800 in this sawmill. I bought the sawmill and the extension. You get it from Range Road online. They've got them, this is a 22, it'll cut a 22-inch log. They've got them smaller, they've got them bigger, but this is a good size little sawmill. And compared to like Harbor Freight and stuff, when I got to reading the reviews, that's where I was going to go to get one. I just wanted something cheap, you know. And I got to looking online, and it was going to take 8 months to get my sawmill. Of course, this was back a couple years ago. And when I got to reading and investigating stuff, these mills here, they're cheaper. I got mine in 3 business days. It came out of Missouri, and the metal on them is so much stronger, and the way they're built is so much stronger than the Harbor Freight ones. And the motor has got like, it's like a, I don't know, 2 or maybe 4 more horsepower engine, you know, size comparison wise. But anyway, it's a good little mill. Range Road, that's where I get them at. And you can buy track extensions. You can buy extensions all you want. You can cut a 20 foot log if you want to, you know, whatever. I've got mine to where we cut 18-foot boards now. But I wanted to go through a few things about what I've learned. You know, you can look some stuff up online. A few people's got some videos, but I did, you know, everybody cuts these things, you know, pretty much the same. And what they do is they square the log off, which I can understand why you'd want to square that log off, you know, to make it a lot easier on your cuts. But I've got a piece of wood up here, and you can see, like, if I wanted to square this log off, I'm gonna have to cut way down here. So you've got a 2 by 10 and at least a 2 by 4 up here, and you're gonna have that on all 4 sides. That's what people usually do, is they'll come down. A lot of people, I've seen them draw a square in that log, and they'll cut, you know, each side. They'll make a mark, and each side they'll cut that, and that's just waste. And that's a lot of board. You know, if you go through 10 logs like that, that's a lot of wood. So what I've started doing, and there's going to be a video following at the end of this where I've done a hyperlapse video, you know, fast motion, fast forward, to show what I'm talking about. But I'm going to walk you through how I do it. But what I do, instead of going all 4 sides of this log, is I'll start at the top, and I'll cut, and I'll take you over and show you my log pile in a minute. But I'll set this thing on, you know, 1 3/4 inches, which is most of the Home Depot boards are 1 5/8 or a little bit less for a 2 by 4. You know, you don't really get 2 inches because they run them through a planer. So I cut mine a little bit bigger than that. You can cut them 2 if you want to, but that's, you know, you get a lot of board. It depends on what you're doing with your wood. You know, I'm building chicken pens and stuff like that, so you know, it's no big deal. But I'll come down through here and cut them and just leave the live edge on them and save that. And I'm gonna show you why in a minute. But I'll come all the way down through here and I'll cut them, and you'll get, the first one will be like a 2 by 4 with a live edge on it. The next it may be a 2 by 6, and then a 2 by 10, and a couple 2 by 12s. And then I'll get down here to where the meat of the log is, and then I'll flip that dude over and do the same thing on the other side. Just keep coming down, and when I get this log to where it's a little over 4 inches thick, well, I'll flip it up long ways, and every one of them, boom, 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 that's 2 by 4s. So like out of this log right here, I'll get probably 8 various, anything from a 2 by 6 to a 2 by 12 on one side. And then I'll get probably 6 or 8 more on the bottom side, and then I'll get about 10 2 by 4s out of it. Now I'm going to take you over and show you what I'm talking about. And see, there's my 2 by 4 pile. This is 2 logs. That's all this is 2 logs. After I learned about the waste. You see that, you're going to see that little bit of waste? That's all I got off these 2 logs. Now that pile up there is off 1 log. And this one right here came with it too, was with that too. That and that pile is off 1 log, the way I do it, like everybody, when I was doing it like everybody else was doing it. Those 2 right there, and that one right there is an older one, the top one. But this little bit of shaglins right here, that one little piece is all off these 2 logs. The rest of it is good wood. So you got your 2 by 4s. Now they're going to have to be run, you know, depends on what you're doing with them. They get some waviness. That's just because of the way these things shake, you know, when you're going down through there. Of course, like I said, I'm building a chicken pen. But if you're doing finished building, all you got to do is run them through a planer, and you'll have Home Depot, you know, quality boards. But these right here is what I'm talking about. So, you know, this right here. I can run this through a table saw. That'll make a nice little 2x6. That's probably a 2x12 right there. That's nearly 14 inches. And you could, if you need 2x4s, well, guess what? Throw it through the table saw and get 6 2x4s or 5 2x4s out of it. And then this right here, that top layer is one log. The bottom layer is one log. That's 2 logs. All this come off 2 logs right here. So there's just a lot less waste. But anyway, I'm gonna take y'all. I'm gonna put that video, play it right at the end of this, and show y'all, you know, fast motion what I'm talking about. But these little sawmills, they're awesome, man. I love them. I mean, money well spent. Like I said, you build, you know, 2 little outdoor sheds or an outdoor shed and chicken pen, whatever. The reason I bought mine is because when I was originally planning this campground and everything, of course, I knew I was gonna have to have picnic tables and things like that. But I'm gonna have to have several buildings. I'm gonna have to have some storage buildings. I'm gonna have to have a barn. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of fencing. And why go buy a bunch of fence when you can build a plank fence, you know? And my truss package alone for the house that I'm going to build is $6,000. So there's no, you know, I mean, it's just a no-brainer for me. I got 50 acres of timber, you know. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Hit that like and subscribe, share. Help me grow this page. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to take y'all down the journey. You know, we got a playground to put together for the campground. A lot of stuff to build. Just hang around, man. We're going to do a lot of off-grid stuff. I've got a solar system that I went and looked at the other day. It's like 65 panels. Real good buying it. There's an issue with it. I'll get into that in the video with it, but real good buying it. I'm going to set everything here up on solar. I may have like the house on grid too, just for backup, but I'm going to have everything on solar. They just don't. It doesn't make any sense to pay the power company $20,000, you know, to run power to something. By the time you get it all wired up, hooked up, and everything, and then pay a bill every month. You know, you get your little $5,000, $6,000 solar kit and have free power.